Our lives are a reflection of our habits. What we do consistently shapes who we are. Imagine a ship navigating vast oceans. A slight adjustment to the rudder can dramatically alter the ship's course over time. Our habits are like that rudder, subtly guiding us toward our desired outcomes. Our lives are shaped by the accumulation of our daily choices and actions. This is where the concept of atomic habits comes into play. Our habits are the fundamental building blocks of our lives. Small changes, consistently applied, can lead to remarkable results. This is the power of atomic habits. You need to watch this if you struggle with building good habits. In his groundbreaking book, Atomic Habits, James Clear offers a practical framework for mastering habit formation. Success is the product of small, incremental improvements made consistently over time. Clear's four-step model, cue, craving, response, and reward, explains habit formation. This habit loop shows how our brains create and maintain habits. The cue triggers our brains to initiate a behavior. It could be a notification or a pang of hunger. Craving is the motivational force behind the habit. We crave the reward, like a dopamine hit or satisfaction. The response is the action we take to satisfy the craving. The reward reinforces the habit loop. This cycle shapes our thoughts, feelings, and actions. The true power of atomic habits lies in the principle of compounding. Just as money multiplies through compound interest, our habits multiply over time. Small changes, consistently applied, lead to remarkable results. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. It gathers more snow, momentum, and size. Our habits work in a similar way. Focus on the long term. Real change takes time. The compound effect works both ways. Positive habits create growth, negative habits lead to decline. Imagine our brain as a vast network of interconnected pathways, like a complex railway system. Each time we perform an action, we send a train down a specific track. The more frequently a train travels a particular route, the more defined and ingrained that path becomes. This is essentially how habits are formed, through repetition and reinforcement. James Clear refers to this process as the habit loop, a four-step cycle that governs our automatic behaviors. It begins with a cue, a trigger in our environment or internal state that signals our brain to initiate a particular behavior. This could be anything from seeing a plate of cookies on the counter to feeling a wave of anxiety. Next comes the craving, the motivational force behind the habit. It's not the cue itself that drives our actions, but rather our desire for the reward we associate with it. We crave the feeling of satisfaction, relief, or pleasure that we've learned to expect from engaging in the habit. The response is the actual habit itself, the action we take to satisfy the craving. This could be anything from mindlessly reaching for a cookie to scrolling through social media to escape the feeling of anxiety. Finally, the reward is the end goal of the entire cycle. It's the positive reinforcement that strengthens the habit loop, making it more likely that we'll repeat the behavior in the future. By understanding the components of the habit loop, we can start to identify the triggers, cravings, and rewards that drive our own automatic behaviors. This awareness is the first step towards breaking free from unwanted habits and building new, empowering ones. Section 2. Cues, the triggers of our habits. Cues are the silent orchestrators of our daily routines, nudging us towards specific actions. They activate our habit loops, setting in motion a predictable chain of events. Think about the last time you reached for your phone. What triggered that action? Was it the sight of your phone, the sound of a notification, or a feeling of boredom or loneliness? These cues become associated with the habit of checking our phones. Our environment is saturated with potential cues from the time of day, our emotional state, and even the people we're with. Over time, these cues become linked to specific behaviors. By becoming aware of our cues, we can choose how we respond to them. We can redesign our environments to minimize negative cues and create triggers that promote healthy habits. Cravings are the driving force that keeps us hooked. It's not the sight of a cigarette, but the craving for relaxation that makes a smoker light up. Similarly, it's the anticipation of social connection that compels us to check our phones. Our brains release dopamine, reinforcing the habit loop. Understanding cravings is essential for breaking unhealthy habits. Find healthier ways to satisfy your needs, like exercise or meditation. By identifying the root cause of our cravings, we can create a more positive life. The power of tiny gains. Imagine climbing a sheer cliff face. Focus on one handhold at a time, one small step upward. Break down overwhelming goals into manageable actions. Embrace incremental progress. Tiny changes yield extraordinary results. Like bamboo, our progress may seem invisible but prepares us for exponential growth. Section 2. The 1% Rule, Small Changes, Big Results. James Clear introduces the concept of the 1% Rule, a powerful principle that highlights the transformative power of small, consistent improvements. He argues that if we can get 1% better each day at something, whether it's our health, our relationships, or our skills, we'll be 37 times better at the end of the year. This exponential growth occurs because improvement compounds. Just as money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of our habits multiply over time. Each small step forward builds momentum, creating a positive feedback loop that propels us further along our desired path. Conversely, if we allow ourselves to get 1% worse each day, we'll experience a similar, albeit negative, compounding effect. Bad habits like procrastination, unhealthy eating, or negative self-talk can gradually erode our progress, leading to significant decline over time. The 1% rule is not about striving for perfection. It's about embracing the power of consistent incremental improvement. It's about recognizing that even small changes, when made consistently, can create remarkable transformations in our lives. Section 3. Breaking down goals into atomic habits. How do we apply the 1% rule in our own lives? It starts with breaking down our larger goals into smaller, more manageable habits, atomic habits. These are the fundamental building blocks of lasting change, the tiny actions we can take each day to move closer to our desired outcomes. Let's say your goal is to write a book. The task can seem daunting if you focus on the enormity of the project. But what if, instead of aiming to write an entire chapter in one sitting, you committed to writing just 200 words a day? That's less than a page, a seemingly insignificant amount. However, if you maintain this habit consistently, you'll have written over 70,000 words in a year, more than enough for a full-length book. By breaking down the larger goal into a small daily habit, you make the task less intimidating and more achievable. This principle applies to any goal, whether it's improving your fitness, learning a new language, or building a successful business. Identify the atomic habits that will contribute to your desired outcome, and focus on building consistency with those small actions. Section 4. Consistency, the key to unlocking the compound effect. Consistency is the secret sauce of atomic habits, the catalyst that transforms small changes into remarkable results. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up day after day, even when we don't feel like it, even when progress seems slow. Imagine a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble. Each strike of the chisel may seem insignificant, but over time, with persistence and consistency, a masterpiece emerges. Our habits are like those chisel strikes, gradually shaping us into the people we want to become. Building consistency requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to embrace the long game. It's about focusing on the process, not just the outcome, finding joy in the journey of self-improvement. One way to cultivate consistency is to track our progress, to create visual reminders of our commitment to our habits. This could be as simple as marking an X on a calendar each day we complete our desired action, or using a habit tracking app to monitor our progress. Seeing our consistency visualized can be a powerful motivator, reinforcing our commitment to the process. Section 1. The first law, make it obvious. Imagine trying to find a book in a dimly lit, cluttered room, but what if that book was prominently displayed on a well-lit shelf? This is the essence of the first law of behavior change, make it obvious. If we want to build good habits, we need to make them easy to see, easy to access, and easy to initiate. Make healthy choices the easiest, most visible option. Section 2. Habit stacking, linking new habits to existing ones. One of the most effective ways to make a new habit obvious is to link it to an existing one. For example, if you want to start a daily gratitude practice, stack it onto your morning coffee routine. The cue of brewing coffee becomes associated with the new habit of expressing gratitude. By linking new behaviors to existing routines, we create a system that automatically triggers the desired action. Section 3. The second law, make it attractive. The second law of behavior change emphasizes associating positive emotions and rewards with our desired behaviors. One way to make a habit more attractive is to pair it with something we already enjoy, known as temptation bundling. For example, listen to your favorite podcasts only while folding clothes. By making our desired habits attractive, we tap into our brain's reward system, creating a positive feedback loop. Imagine trying to navigate a city filled with roadblocks. This analogy highlights the essence of the third law of behavior change: make it easy. If we want to build good habits, we need to remove any unnecessary friction or obstacles. For example, if you wanted to start a daily meditation practice, you might have downloaded a meditation app and set a specific time for your practice. By making our desired habits easy and our undesired habits difficult, we create an environment that supports our goals. In his book Atomic Habits, James Clear emphasizes the importance of creating an environment that minimizes friction and maximizes flow. Reducing friction often involves optimizing our environment to make it as conducive as possible to our desired habits. For example, if you want to exercise more, keep your workout clothes and shoes readily accessible. Increasing flow involves designing our environment to minimize distractions and enhance focus. By identifying the elements that contribute to flow, we can design our environments and routines to promote these states of effortless concentration and enjoyment. Imagine biting into a delicious, juicy piece of fruit. The fourth law of behavior change, make it satisfying, highlights the importance of associating positive rewards with our desired behaviors. One way to make a habit more satisfying is to track our progress and celebrate our wins. Another effective strategy is to find an accountability partner or join a community that supports our goals. By making our desired habits satisfying, we create a positive feedback loop that reinforces the desired behavior. Section 1. Mastering the art of habit formation, advanced techniques. One such technique is habit shaping, which involves breaking down a complex habit into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, if you want to start running, begin by simply putting on your running shoes every day for a week. Another powerful technique is implementation intentions, which involve pre-planning your response to specific cues or situations. By embracing these advanced techniques, you can fine-tune your approach and continuously improve your ability to cultivate positive, life-changing habits. Section 2. The power of identity. Aligning habits with our desired selves. Our habits are not merely isolated actions, but reflections of our deeper beliefs about ourselves. Instead of focusing solely on changing our actions, we need to shift our mindset and start believing in the identity we want to embody. Every time you engage in a desired behavior, you reinforce that identity, making it more real and tangible. By focusing on building an identity that supports our desired habits, we create a powerful, self-fulfilling prophecy. Section 3. Overcoming obstacles, maintaining momentum. Even with the best intentions, we're bound to encounter obstacles and setbacks. The key to long-term success lies in developing resilience and strategies for bouncing back stronger. To maintain momentum, create a supportive environment that minimizes temptations and maximizes accountability. By embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, you can stay motivated, maintain momentum, and achieve your desired transformation. The transformative power of atomic habits. Our habits are the building blocks of our lives, shaping our thoughts, feelings, and destiny. Just as atoms form the universe, our habits create the grand tapestry of our lives. Small changes in routine can profoundly impact our trajectory over time. The power of atomic habits lies in compounding effects. Each small step builds momentum, transforming our lives in extraordinary ways. Embark on your journey of self-improvement. The power to shape your life lies within you. You are the architect of your future. Break free from limiting behaviors and design a life that aligns with your values. Start small, choose one habit and focus on it relentlessly. Make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. Track your progress, celebrate wins, and embrace setbacks as learning opportunities. Building lasting change takes time, effort, and consistency. Every action is a vote for the person you want to become. Choose growth, choose progress. Your journey starts today. Please subscribe to our channel and like this video for more amazing content.